Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a tuna melt. This is such a simple recipe and I like to actually have it for breakfast, but it's honestly great any time of day. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep our vegetables. So I'm first going to cut up some celery. So I have my celery here, and the reason it's kind of cut weird is because I always prep a lot ahead of time. So when I buy it, I just wash it, cut it so it's ready to go whenever I'm ready to eat it. So I'm gonna cut this into thirds. So each stalk is gonna be sliced into thirds because I don't want very large pieces. I like when it's kind of throughout, like, you know, smallish size pieces. And of course, I'll put the measurements in the description below for my preference on how many ingredients I like to use, and then you can just adjust it if you like it more crunchy or less crunchy, whatever is to your liking. So now I'm going to chop my celery. And while we're also prepping the vegetables, go ahead and boil 1 egg. So for each sandwich, I like to use 1 whole egg. I just have it boiling in some water and I do it for 10 minutes. And then you're gonna throw it into an ice bath for about 2 minutes afterwards. It just kind of helps cut the time in half when you're doing it at the same time. The next thing we're gonna prep is 1 onion. So you can either use a red onion or a yellow onion. I'm gonna be using a yellow onion. All right, so mine looks a little funky because I got it from the farmer's market, so it's a little bit differently shaped than one of those perfect ones you get at the grocery store. But essentially you want like maybe a little bit less than 1/4 cup of your onion. And I like to use, again, the yellow onion. It's just my preference. So I'm going to dice it. I'm just gonna slice it down like this. And then I'm gonna do this rough chop. It kind of had a weird shape, so I wasn't able to cut it as perfectly as I would like to. But as long as you get those diced pieces, that's what's most important. I'm gonna actually use a little bit less than that. Maybe I'll use like 1.5 tablespoons. Again, depends on how much you want to use. Next thing we're gonna add is some sun-dried tomatoes. So I'm gonna take like 1 whole sun-dried tomato. And I'm just going to chop this up into diced pieces. I love adding the sun-dried tomato to tuna salad, especially like tuna melt specifically, because it just has like a nice, kind of like a different flavor. The olive oil that's like infused with the tomato is so delicious. And especially when you're melting it with cheese, it just has this perfect addition to the actual tuna salad. To my dish here, I'm also gonna add about 1 tablespoon of dill relish. And I kind of like to mix these ingredients first before I add my tuna. I'm gonna add my mayonnaise of choice, and I'm using Duke's mayo, of course. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons to start. We'll see if we need to add a little bit more later on. You'll just kind of eyeball it based on how hydrated you like it. So again, I'll put my preference in the description below, and then you adjust it based on what your preference is. And then this is some Dijon mustard. We're gonna do a couple drops, maybe like 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard just for that flavor. Some black pepper, some salt. And now for our tuna, I'm using this wild Albacore tuna by Safe Catch. Brand doesn't matter, but I like this one because I feel like the tuna is the best quality for this particular brand. And this is tuna in water. So I'm gonna dump out the liquid. And then I'm gonna take a spoon and kind of press out to make sure that all of the moisture is out. And I'm breaking apart that tuna because I want to get as much water as I can out of this, because this is going to go into the pan and I don't want it to, you know, have any moisture in it, or as little as possible. That's also why I like this brand, because the tuna is kind of like separated from the water. So it's actually pretty dry and kind of the perfect texture for tuna salad or whatever you're going to be doing with it. So here's my tuna that's now strained. I'm gonna add it to my bowl. Now let's go ahead and mix all of this together. Combine all these ingredients. And at this point, you also want to taste it to see if you need to add any extra salt or black pepper just to your taste. It'll of course depend on what kind of mayonnaise you're using. It'll depend on what kind of sun-dried tomatoes you're using, the relish, the tuna itself. All these ingredients have some sodium in them, and so you want to make sure that you're not over-salting it. So it's always better to undersalt and then add extra rather than over-salting and just guessing and it just being way, way too salty. So I always start with a little bit and then add as I go based on my preference. I'm gonna go ahead and add my hard-boiled egg. So I already put it in the ice bath. I'm just gonna break it apart and it should easily come out of the shell. Gonna take my hard-boiled egg, and you can just chop this up roughly, but I have one of these little like egg slicers. And I'm gonna do it twice so I get these even pieces. Go ahead, dump that in. And then we're gonna combine this egg with the tuna salad. Not only does the egg add great flavor, of course, to the tuna salad, but it's also adding extra protein, extra nutrients. So this is one of those meals that's really gonna keep you satiated. You can make it for lunch, you can make it for breakfast, and it hits all of your macros, all of your protein goals. The last step before we start assembling the sandwich is we need to cut our cheese. So I'm gonna be using some Colby Jack cheese, and I do recommend that you use the block or freshly sliced, like at the deli market, because if you buy the one that's already pre-sliced or the one that's pre-shredded or anything like that, it's usually full of caking ingredients. If you're gonna be purchasing the one that's already pre-sliced and packaged, make sure that you read the ingredients so that there's nothing like potato starch or rice starch, which is like pretty common to have on there. It just makes it a lot harder for it to melt. It's also unnecessary carbs and calories. So better buy the whole block or, like I said, freshly sliced from the deli. So I'm gonna cut 4 like thin slices because I wanna have it on each side of my bread. So I have my 2 slices of fresh sourdough bread that I baked. I'm gonna go ahead and add some butter, and I'm just using unsalted butter. I wanna add it to both sides of the bread so that we can toast it and that butter can glaze and create a perfect crust on the outside. And so you wanna make sure that your pan, and I like to use a stainless steel pan for this, though it doesn't really matter which one you use, just whatever you have available to you. You can go ahead, take the bread and put it face side down like this to start toasting it. Now that this has been toasting on one side, let's go ahead and flip it over. We're gonna flip it over a couple of times so we can start to develop that nice crust. And we don't need to add butter to the other side because there's already butter in the pan. I'm gonna raise the temperature a little bit to like a medium so it can start developing that crust. I'm gonna leave it on this other side for maybe about a minute and then flip it back over. So after about a minute, let's go ahead, pick this up, flip it back over to the first side. And now that we've got this second side nice and hot, we're gonna add our cheese on top so it can start melting. I'm gonna cover with a lid just for a second, watching to make sure that it's not burning over or spilling or anything like that. But I just wanna make sure that the cheese starts to also heat from the top, so I'm trapping that heat with a lid. Our cheese is starting to get nice and melty. I'm gonna take it out for a second so I can assemble my sandwich. So we're gonna just shut the heat off for a moment. And I wanna just show you the bottom. Take a look at this gorgeous crust that we are building on our sandwich. So onto the melty cheese, we're not done yet. I'm gonna take my tuna salad And I like to use a scooper just because it kind of makes it easier to control the tuna salad so it's not like all over the sandwich. Or falling apart all over the sandwich, I should say. So I'm gonna evenly scoop it and kind of press it out, spread it out on my sandwich. And now that I have my tuna salad on there, I'm gonna go ahead and take my bread and flip it over. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous crust. I'm gonna press it down slightly. And now I'm bringing my pan back over because we're gonna put our sandwich back onto the pan to kind of let that tuna salad heat up and let it melt with the cheese. I'm gonna just cover it with the lid so again, that heat can start to heat up the sandwich slightly. Let that tuna, the egg, and the delicious melty cheese all come together. And our pan is on like a medium-low heat. Just watch it, make sure it's not smoking or anything like that, and just adjust the temperature as you need it. I really recommend you use a steel pan if you have this, like a stainless steel pan, because it really helps develop that crust on the outside of our bread. And that is it, a delicious tuna melt breakfast sandwich or any time of the day sandwich. I absolutely love this. So simple. You have the nice crispy bread, cheesiness, full of protein, full of delicious flavor. I've already done a cross section here. I can't wait to dig into this. Let's get our bite. It's just a perfect combination of flavor. You have the nice toasty crust from the bread. I absolutely love this. You guys are gonna love this recipe. Cheers. I can't wait for you guys to try this one. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell to never miss a tasty upload. Till next time.